welcome to another live. I'm a bit of a different change of location today. I'm actually at my parents' house today. So that's why it looks a little bit different in the background than it normally would. But I'm glad you guys can all join me tonight. I see Moira's here. Hi, Moira. Oh, and I'm going to pop a banner up here. So yeah, if you would like a self-care reading today, just type me. I'll go over in a second what the readings will entail. I basically have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 decks, and I'm going to choose 1 or 2 cards from each deck and basically give you a reading for self-care. I thought with Valentine's Day coming up at the end of the week, some self-care and affirmation readings would be nice for everybody. Hi! While we're waiting for everybody to come in, I thought I would just go over some of the upcoming shows. I have Tanis, so Twillo Lifestyle, that is going to be actually coming and doing some talks with me coming up, which is exciting. So the next show is on the 24th, and that is going to be on the Animal Medicine deck. So it's a deck I've wanted for a really long time. I was able to get it at Christmas. So I'm going to show you what comes with the deck, talk to you about the cards, about the book. All right, Moira, I will star you. And you too. There we go. Got you both. That's okay, Moira. I got you. And then on the first, I guess of course, it cuts the date off. I have my little cheat sheet here. March 10th is going to be crystal healing and crystal baths. So that's going to be a episode with Tanis is going to come on. We're going to talk about crystal healing and what a crystal bath is. So you're going to have to come to the talk and see what a crystal bath is all about. I've had an experience with crystal baths a couple times now. They are amazing, effective. So I wanted to maybe talk to her about that and how we can set them up at home and make one for ourselves. And then the one after that, I'm actually going to be talking about a board game. And it's actually one of my favorite board games. It's a board game basically about clairvoyance is the topic. So I thought I would talk about the board game and then also do readings of some of the cards that come with the board game. I'm going to give it a try. We'll see how it goes, but I should be able to do readings with the cards like I do with any others. And then we're going to have a galactic gab. So if you guys were here towards the start of my channel at the beginning of last year, I did a galactic gab with Tanis at that point about extraterrestrials and stuff like that. So we're going to have a second talk as well as we're going to do readings with a Wisdom of the Galactics Oracle deck, that we both got. So we're going to do readings and talk about ETs that day, which is kind of exciting. And then on the 28th of April, so we're looking ahead to April, we're actually going to, on the 28th, is going to be the 1-year anniversary of the channel. So we've almost been going for a full year, which is amazing. So I'm going to have a couple special guests on that day. So I hope you guys can, put that in your calendars and be there. All right, I got you. Yeah, so everybody, if you want to say hi to Living in Radiance, that's my mom. She's tuning in today. She's just downstairs, actually. Live on location. All right. So yeah, so that's what's coming up. Lots of ideas, lots of plans. I also have another cooking show coming up in May. So I haven't decided on a recipe just yet. But of course, it'll be good whatever it is, right? And I'm just going to actually, since you guys are here and you have me for 2 seconds, I'm going to throw a couple more wrenches at people here. And so that you guys can help me with moderating the channel. Just give me 1 second here. Got to remember how to do this. I'll figure it out later. Alrighty. So since Moira was here first, I will start with your reading. And if any other people come in, I will favorite them as we go. All right. So what I'll actually do first is I'm going to actually show you the decks I'm going to be using for the readings. As I said, there's 5 different decks that I'm going to pull from. So the first one is the Self-Care Oracle by Violet Ball. Oh, this is a cute little deck I got at Indigo, which would be like Barnes & Noble's down in the States. Here in Canada, we have Indigo or Chapters. So I got that from there. So that'll be our self-care. You've seen me use this one before, so this will be our affirmation cards. So it's the dream affirmation cards for the whole family. So that's the affirmation cards that I'm going to be pulling from. The next one is the Healing Spirits Oracle by Gordon Smith. So I'm going to pull a card from that, so the kind of a message from your guides. I also am going to pull one from the Inner Child Oracle. And the Inner Child Oracle is by Amanda Lynn Aisling. And so you have a message from your inner child. And then the last one I'm going to pull from is a crystal deck, so that you guys will have a crystal that you can use this week. All right, so Moira is first. All right. How's everybody's week going? I know it's only Monday, but any plans? Guess we're doing that one. Actually, I'm going to pull a second one with that one so I can get a clarifier. There we go. That's a good one. All right. Affirmation cards. And yeah, if you guys, also, if you have any ideas on what you want some shows to be about, if you have any idea on who you'd like to have on as guests, like if you follow any other channels and think, they'd make a great guest on my show, I'd love any ideas. If you want to drop an idea in the messages here in the chat, or if you want to send me an email, my email you can find through the description on the channel. You can definitely send me ideas. Ooh, Moira, you decided on pizza for Valentine's Day. Hey, that can be romantic. Maybe, are you going to make it from scratch, or are you going to order it? Because I was going to say, if you make it from scratch, if you're making the dough from scratch, you can make a heart-shaped pizza. Oh, there we go. I see a theme here, Moira. All right. Next one. So yeah, these are going to be a bit of a longer reading, just because, as I said, I'm pulling from 6 decks. But I know you guys are patient. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you hanging out with me for tonight. I know this isn't, one of the normal things I normally do as far as readings, but practice makes perfect, right? Okay, yeah. Oh, well, obviously, yes, Gerald will be on for sure. I have him coming up, actually. And then, Mark, Spirit Whisperer. Okay, I'll look into him and contact him and see if he's interested in coming on. We can figure out a topic. All right. And only 2 more decks here. Okay, that one apparently. He didn't want to go back in. And a crystal. Again, you got ones that are jumping out everywhere. Okay, perfect. So these are actually all really great cards, Moira. So actually the first card that popped out of the self-care deck was anxiety. So I wonder if you're having some anxiety about something coming up as far as being anxious. I know just the world right now is causing a lot of anxiety in the collective. So you can see she's just, she's missing her teacup. So maybe, just being forgetful of little things or something like that. But that's why I wanted to pull a second card for you. And I got yoga. So maybe doing some yoga will help with any of that anxiety you're having. And you don't have to do, full body yoga. If, you're less flexible, there's chair yoga. I know there's videos and stuff here on YouTube. I do know through Twillo, through Tennis, they offer chair yoga classes so you could maybe look into doing some kind of yoga classes, or as I said, look up videos on YouTube and do it yourself at home. I know my mom actually likes doing chair yoga every so often. And then the next card I got says, I focus on positive thoughts and remember that I can handle anything. So I think that goes kind of hand in hand with that anxiety, that just reminding yourself, to take that breath, to breathe, and just remind yourself that you can handle anything. It might look big in perspective, but in the big sky of things, it's one little star, right? So then the next card I got is, if the world around you seems turbulent, stop. So again, taking that time, that pause, that time to breathe. If everything seems so crazy all around you, you're spilling the tea everywhere because you're distracted, or feels like the world's spinning out of control. You can kind of see all that color. It feels like it's kind of like a vortex. It's spinning. You can just take a pause and stop. Oh, sure. Yeah. My mom was just saying I would love to see the lady who makes the angel orbs again. Yeah, I'm hoping to have her on. She's actually just finished moving, so I was waiting till she was set up, and then I'm going to have her on again. I will let her know that, though, that you are excited for her to be back on. And then from the Inner Child Oracle, I have set boundaries. And actually that came up, if you go and watch Twillo Talk, they talked about setting boundaries today, and they actually had Gerald on the channel today. So it was technically Twillo Stash today, but they were talking about setting boundaries. So it says, claim your power and know your value. You can see in the card there's two ladies. But yeah, setting boundaries can help with that anxiety too, and help with that, that world from stopping spinning. And then what went along really well with all of this is the stone I got is amber. So it says harmony, home protection, calm, and it attracts love. So I think that's perfect for Valentine's Day week. So yeah, maybe if you don't have amber already, maybe go and buy a little piece of amber and use it as a focal point this week. So yeah, that's your reading, Moira, from our lovely decks that we have here today. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that helps. And if you guys don't mind too, once the live is over, if you don't mind, subscribing if you're not subscribed already, liking if you haven't liked already, and leaving a comment afterwards if you don't mind. It just helps me out. All right, next is Lois. I'm going to say Lois or Louise. Let me know. I would like to be able to know how to pronounce your name, just because I know my name personally gets mispronounced a lot. So let me know if it's Lois or if it's pronounced different than that. Yes, Mommy, I got you. You are starred. All right. She's so needy. All right. I'm going to get your cards here. So we're going to do self-care deck first. All right. Might pull a second one from this. The self-care ones today, I'm going to probably pull two, I think, just so we have, lots of self-care stuff we can do this week. Oh, perfect. And I love your puppy. Is that, do you have one dog, two dogs? It looks like maybe is it a pitty mix or a boxer? I'm also hoping to have JJ on again too at some point. Tuta Speaks. Her and I get along really well, but she's been sick lately, so I hope she's feeling better. Yeah, it's that time of year where colds are making the rounds. All right, affirmation. You have 3 dogs. Aw, yeah. They're such lovies, aren't they? I have a friend that had one and she was the most lovable thing in the, and she'd let her dress her up in costumes and little outfits. She was a sweetheart. You must have your hands full with 3, though. It's funny, there's a theme here for you. And you had 3 come out of the affirmation. We're just going to go with that because I think they go well together. But again, there's a theme with these readings, which I always find so funny, that we can pull from all these different decks, and yet there always seems to be some kind of theme. All right. Now we're going to pull from the Inner Child Oracle. And a crystal for you. There we go. All right. Stay. Do you guys do that where you talk to inanimate objects? Me saying stay to a deck of cards isn't going to make them stay, is it? Right. All right. So for Self-Care Oracle, the first one that popped out was Meal Plan. There's a little bit of glare on that, but Meal Plan. So I don't know if you've been very busy. It's kind of the time of year, where it's, I don't know where you live, but like where we are here, there's tons of snow. You don't really feel like eating healthy. You want to just comfort food. But yeah, meal planning might take the stress out of your day. So if you're finding yourself very busy, meal planning so that you have meals throughout the week. Maybe do more of your cooking on the weekend when you're free, so that during the week you can just reheat it and make sure that you eat healthy. And then the second one I got was Manifest Strength. So I know she's skipping rope here, but you can manifest strength in various different ways. I know, there's things like Tai Chi and stuff like that can do, help with manifesting strength. But even just taking some time for meditation, and again, that yoga, that's that quiet strength. But what I found funny is I'm like, okay, meal plan. Well, the first card that popped out of the why am I blanking here? The affirmation cards, there we go. That word was, I take care of my body to feel strong and healthy. And there was food there again. So again, taking care of your body, resting when you need to rest, eating healthy, making sure you get those fruits and veggies in. If you don't like eating, an apple or a banana, make a smoothie. Smoothies are always a great way of getting that stuff in, especially at breakfast. If you don't have time to make breakfast in the morning, making a smoothie. And then I actually had 2 more pop out at the same time. So the other ones I got was my voice matters, my idea matters, and my opinion matters. Now this is going to come up again in one of the later cards that I pulled for you, but it's kind of have your voice being heard, you being seen, you being heard. So you can see she's kind of almost painting with those sparkles, with that energy. And then the last one I got, and this is one of my favorite cards in this deck, it says, I'm a creative thinker and I find great solutions. So it's an upside down panda bear, kind of looking at things from a different viewpoint. It says, I am a creative thinker and I find great solutions. So maybe there's been a problem lately that maybe just needs a different viewpoint. As a junk food vegan, I eat semi-healthy. Yeah, it's hard. It really is. And then, so then next ones I got from the Healing Spirits was success isn't what you have, it's what you do with what you have. So again, it's that creative thinking, right? So it's not what you have, but what you do with what you have. So that creating thinking comes up. And then I don't know if there's something you've been thinking about, because the other card I got is this is the perfect time. So I don't know if you've been maybe thinking about doing something, starting something. but they're letting you know that now is the perfect time to do whatever you've been doing, thinking of doing. And where I said, my voice matters, my idea matters, my opinion matters, that card coming up. Well, the card from the Inner Child Oracle I got says you deserve to be seen. So again, that message comes up of letting your voice be heard, letting your ideas be heard. And of course, you have that different viewpoint. You have that creative thinker viewpoint. But it says, you deserve to be seen, let yourself be known. So don't be shy. I know it's hard sometimes to, speak up, especially when it comes to, work and stuff like that. But you deserve to be heard and deserve to be seen. I love this card. It's so pretty with the deer and the flowers and the bird. And then the 2 stones I got, they're actually both green stones, which I love. And green is the heart chakra. So we have peridot and moss agate. So for peridot, it says it's well-being, attracting money, good luck charm, and healing heartbreak. So with Valentine's Day coming up, maybe maybe, I don't know, maybe you've broken up recently or have an ex, that's still kind of sticking around in your head. But if you're needing some healing and you want to attract some money and some luck, peridot would be a good one to work with. It's also a very galactic crystal. So if you're wanting to work with extraterrestrials and galactics, peridot is great for that. Oh, that's awesome. It's your birthstone. There you go. So yeah, if you don't have some already, maybe see if there's some at your local crystal store. Oh, you're on a clair finding journey. Yeah. I'm fairly new to the journey myself, and it's an amazing journey. Is there any, clairs that you've discovered so far? Clairaudience, clairsentience. But yeah, it's an amazing journey. Hold on. It's a roller coaster ride for sure. But no, that's amazing. I'm excited for you. And then the last one I got was moss agate, which is new beginnings, nature connections, animal allies, and security. So I feel like that one's all perfect for you. You got those new beginnings, making those connections, and the animal. I like the animal piece there because animal allies, like your puppies. But yeah, moss agate. And it's a really pretty stone too. It's a nice green stone. But yeah, that's your reading. I hope you liked that. I hope there's some messages that you can take away from that. Feel free to come back and listen again, later if you want to make some notes. I know I haven't gone into much detail, but that's okay, right? All right, who's next? All right. Next is Living in Radiance. All right. I'm going to pull the cards for you. I got a fairly busy week this week. Full moon's coming up on Wednesday. So actually with a group of friends, I'm doing a full moon ceremony tomorrow on Zoom with them. So that'll be fun. And actually the new moon is a great time, is a great day to work on releasing stuff. There, we're going to do those 2. So if you have anything you want to release, bad habits, actually with Valentine's Day coming up, if there's old relationships you want to kind of help release anything from, the full moon on Wednesday is a great time to do that. So writing stuff on a piece of paper and then burning it and releasing it is a great way to do that. It's very therapeutic, actually. All right, affirmation card for that one doesn't want to go back in the deck. All right. we had jumpers there. I don't know if you guys saw that, but they just flew out. Well, we got a repeat card, but that's not a problem. You guys know that, right? Repeats just means there's a common theme. Because I shuffled. You guys have seen I was shuffling. That's a pretty card. I don't know if you've seen that card before. Right, and a crystal. Ooh, this is a good one. Perfect. I'm pretty sure you either have some or I know you can get some. Right, so from the Self-Care Oracle, the first card I got is Take Control of Change. So you can see in that picture she's cutting her own hair. I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing that. So it says below, entertainment purposes only. So, don't necessarily go and cut your hair yourself tonight. If you're going to cut your hair, go to a hairdresser, professionals. But just, taking control of change. So you make your own, you can kind of control your own environment. You make your own choices and, take control of the situation. Just don't cut your own hair. Right, Moira? ASMR. ASMR card shuffling. But the other one I got is Digital Detox. And I know, living with you, you've been trying to do that, taking time to actually, read a, concrete book, not just sitting on iPads or cell phones all day like we do. So like making that bubble, creating that bubble of quiet is the second card I got for you there. And then the affirmation card I got, which is a really cute card, it says, every new experience helps me grow and learn. So you can see they're up in a hot air balloon with some birds. So every new experience helps me grow and learn. And that's actually a really good message for everybody, because even if we're like going through an experience and we're like, oh, why is this happening? It's usually because we have a lesson to learn or something to learn from the situation. A bubble of time and space. You got it. Exactly. So the card that came up again, that's a repeat, was if the world around you seems turbulent, stop. So yeah, working on that meditation piece again. Actually, you can kind of see it's almost like the same pose. Yeah. So again, kind of creating that bubble of space for yourself and stopping and breathing when the world around you seems to be spinning out of control. But the other one I got, it's actually a very pretty card. It says, your soul will find those you are meant to experience life with. With Valentine's Day coming up, we're talking about relationships and such. So yeah, finding those that you connect with. So if you don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a husband or a wife, your friends. And, you hear them talk about, Galentine's Day where you get together with your girlfriends, but, guy friends, girlfriends, they're all part of that found family. They're all part of those connections, those soul connections we can make in our lives. And they are just as important of a relationship. And then the card I got from the Inner Child Oracle is Practice Freedom. It says, release the weight of judgment. So it's a gorgeous bird. I actually thought it was kind of interesting that in this card here, there's birds flying. But there's a bird. I think it might be an eagle. I don't know if you guys can tell from there. But it looks like it might be maybe an eagle or something like that flying. But it says, release the weight of judgment. And I feel like that's self-judgment. I don't feel like that's judgment on others, but self-judgment. So practice freedom. And again, I think that taking control of change, it's that judgment, that inner judgment, release it a little bit, the expectations. And then the crystal I got for you is citrine. So I wasn't sure if you already had citrine or not. But citrine is a yellow stone. It helps attract wealth, enhanced career prospects. Well, you're retired, so I don't think that's it. Self-esteem and manifestation. So this is a good yellow one. So yellow has to do with the solar plexus, so self-confidence and stuff like that. So that's why self-esteem's on there. But manifestation as well. And it's a great time to do some manifestation. Yeah, citrine. It's a happy stone. Yellow like the sunshine. But yeah, I hope you like your reading. I hope there's a message there for you. And again, you can come back and watch it at a later time. There, look. You just journaled that today. There you go. Can't make this stuff up, guys. If there's anybody else that has just come in, we're doing self-care readings. If you'd like one, you can just type me in the comments, and I'm happy to do a reading for you. I can also do a collective too at the end. If there's anybody else. I don't know if should I do my own reading? What do you guys think? Should I do my own cards today? Since you have a small group on here tonight, should I do a reading for myself? They always like to the cards always like to call you out, don't they? I'm going to take a second and sip here. Sure, Mara says sure. Can you do a reading on yourself? Yes. I know some people don't like to, but I've never struggled with it. I do know people have said, like one of the things is they say if you're like really emotionally invested in something, you probably shouldn't do a reading about it. But where this is just like a general message, I feel like it wouldn't affect it. So yeah, all right. I'm hoping some other people might want to come in and get a reading here, but I'll do mine in the meantime, and then we'll do a collective. See, there you go. Yeah. So more you only read for yourself. So yeah. Yeah. What message do I need to know about this week? Ooh, that's a good one that popped out there. Okay, you guys are going to laugh at this one. You're going to laugh at the second card that popped out. It's funny. There's actually a funny story behind this one too, and I'll have to tell you the story because it is actually really funny about this card that popped out. It was actually one of the first kind of group readings I did. I was with, I think, Tannis and Gerald, actually. It was the last set of spa readings we did. It came up in a reading for that. So if you were there, I think you'll know the story, but I'll tell you anyway. Because it's funny. And I think you guys will get it, especially those of you that are readers. Ooh, those are some interesting cards there that just popped out. All right, inner child. What does my inner child want to tell me? As it jumps out of the deck. All right, and what crystal do I need to work with this week? Oh, I don't know if I've used this one before. Interesting. All right. So the cards that came out for me, so the first two from the Self-Care Oracle. So the first one is Moon Goddess. So I was just talking about the full moon, right? So I'm doing my Celtic Shamanic Priestess course. So I graduated from first year back in December, but I'm working on my second year now. So just following the cycles of the moon, to that Moon Goddess energy, just going with the flow, going with those moon cycles and honoring those. And then the second one that I was laughing about when it popped out is Call Mom. Except she's just downstairs, so I don't have to call her. I can actually just talk to her. But anyway, so the story behind this card. So I was doing self-care affirmation readings with Tannis and Gerald. And I pulled this card. The person that I was doing the reading for had just recently lost their mother. Their mother had just passed away. And this card pops out that says, Call Your Mom. And I'm just like, oh, great. So this card pops out. But of course, I'm like, they don't mean a physical phone call. They mean, talk to her. just because they're not on this earth anymore doesn't mean we can't communicate with them. So that's the way I read the card. But yeah, I need to call my mom apparently. The affirmation card I got is, in every situation, I find something to be grateful for. So as Gerald talks about, finding those glimmers. So it's an upside down umbrella with little fishies in it. As I said, I love this deck. I love the illustrations in this deck. Now they're holding an umbrella upside down. There's little fishies in it. So I just need to be very grateful for the little things this week, which I think is a good idea. Right? And then the next two that popped out, which I find interesting, is, so one of them is go within. So yes, I know I need to meditate more and take some time for myself and be quiet and look within. As I said, cards like to call you out. But the other one I got is, you are your purpose. So got to meditate maybe and think on what that means. But I love this card. It's, the person standing with their guides and their angels behind them. And they all have the little kind of, light there. So you can see the little human there with the heart chakra lit up, guide behind them, and then the angel behind them. But yeah, you are your purpose. So again, I think kind of telling me to self-care, focus on myself, right? And then the next card I got for the inner child was, you do not have to go it alone. So reach out for support in this time. So you can see it's a castle with a person out in a boat by themselves, but they're just saying you don't have to go it alone. Get somebody to help you row the boat. These decks are a little bit more abstract as far as art goes, and then the crystal I got is Emtrine, which is spiritual guidance, angelic realms, clears stress, and truths revealed. Well, the cleared stress part I could definitely use help with. But it's purple. Yeah, there's a very purple kind of color to that stone. But yeah, Emtrine, or Emtrine, something like that. But yeah, that's the crystal I got. I actually love this crystal deck. It was a one I got, actually my parents got for me at, I believe, Barnes & Noble's down in the States. But it's a really nice deck. I've gone through it before, if you look back at my other videos, but it's really nice because it has a page on each of the crystals. So for example, like Green Aventurine, it has a whole entire kind of blurb on the crystal. Yeah, it's a really, really nice deck. Oh, and they talk about crystal grids and everything in here. So actually, when we talk about the crystal healing in a couple of weeks with Tanis, we may talk a little bit about crystal grids. I do have a couple set up in my house. So I could even maybe take some pictures and show you guys some examples of some of the grids I have set up, because I have some set up for grounding. I have some set up for manifesting abundance. So yeah, they're all really, really great. There's a bunch of different uses you can use for crystals. But yeah. So if there's nobody else new that's popped on, I might do a collective, and then that way anybody watching later will have a reading for that. So I'm going to do a collective reading here. Again, it's not too late if anybody pops on late. Well, there we go. We're going to take that one. Amethyst and citrine together. Thanks, Moira. Here we go. Learned something new today. See, even I'm learning. Oh, and if you guys haven't had a chance yet either, over on the Twillo Talk page on Friday, they had a Galactic Gab that they're going to be doing monthly. And it was a really interesting topic this past week. So if you guys are interested in ETs and stuff like that, it's a great show to listen to. Okay, we're not doing like 20 cards, guys. You need 1 or 2 cards. Or Moira, I'll ASMR my shuffling. And I think just because it's a collective, I'm just going to do 2 cards for each. Just that way people can kind of pick and choose what they like. Again, entertainment purposes only for those coming in and watching later. Take these as ideas, but, don't do as I say necessarily. Oh, and if you haven't been to previous shows either, I did a cooking show last month. We made gazpacho, which is vegetable soup. So if you haven't had a chance to watch that video yet either, go back and watch that. I posted the recipe so you can make it yourself. Yeah, there's going to be a couple more cards here than the other readings I did. Just because I said it's collective, so I don't mind adding a couple extra little cards here. And we'll get some crystals. Oops. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to use this one because it was in my hand. It was the only one that stuck around. Actually, it's one of my favorite crystals that just popped out. Oh, those are good ones. Too bad I don't have that bracelet on right now, though. I could show you what they look like. All right. So this is a collective reading. So for self-care, I got Watch the Clouds. Actually, it's one of my favorite things to do. I find myself sometimes staring out the window at work and looking at the little shapes in the clouds. Sometimes, getting different meanings from them. Sometimes you can see dragons or angels or other shapes in the clouds. So yeah, take a second, breathe, and watch the clouds. And then the second one I got is make art. So, you can paint, draw, sew, knit. But yeah, just be creative this week. Make some art. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then the affirmation cards I got for the collective. So the first one says, every day I focus on doing my best. I know my best can look different every day. I also got, I speak up for myself and my needs. So, we were talking a lot about boundaries there. And that seems to be coming up a lot this week, actually, because Twillo Talk today, they were talking about setting boundaries or needing to readjust your boundaries. So I speak up for myself and my needs. So you can see they're at the top of the mountain there, and they're speaking their needs to the universe. Again, there's that manifesting piece too, right? And then we have, I focus on positive thoughts and remember that I can handle anything. So that one came up in an earlier reading, but I think it's just as important now as ever. So yeah, focusing on positive thoughts and remembering that you can do it, that you can handle anything. I actually had 4 cards pop out of the Healing Spirits. So the first card, Cloud Scrying. Exactly, yeah. Yes, Moira, exactly, yeah. Cloud Scrying. I also like to do it with smoke from candles. I love doing the smoke scrying. I love doing that. That's a lot of fun, through either with candles or incense. Aren't they pretty? Yes, yeah. Those look like nice little fluffy clouds, don't they? So the second card I got, the first card I got out of the Healing Spirits was Don't Fear Change, Embrace It, and Grow. I think that's a really good message for right now, especially where everything's, so all over the place lately. You're talking about, maybe, politics, or just, other events going on in the world, or, our own lives even. But yeah, don't fear change, embrace it and grow, because with growth and change can come some amazing things. If things don't change, you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to, it's a fairly boring life. And then the other one that popped out was your life plan is unfolding as it should. So, that patience piece, things will happen when they're meant to, but it's happening. But just believing that, that life plan is unfolding as it should. Relinquishing that control a little bit, going with the flow. And then also what came out with that is ask your spirit guide. So they're letting us know you can turn to them, ask them. If you're needing some advice, go into meditation and just say, hey guys, needing a little help here, need a helping hand or some support. Even if you're just needing a hug, they'll come in and give you an energetic hug, send you some love, help you get through your week. You can kind of see those connections there. And then the last one I got is, to overcome, you first have to climb. So you can go up the stair. You see the person like climbing the stairs. So yeah, to overcome, you first have to climb. So yeah, there's gonna, you talk about obstacles, big mountains and stuff like that. But if you take one little step at a time, eventually you'll get over that mountain. It can look big from the bottom, but as soon as once you get to the top there, you're like, I did that. I mean, perfect example is, went to London and St. Paul's Cathedral. It's 365 feet in the air, something like that. Well, there's a lot of steps. And you think, I have to climb all the way those steps to the top. But then once you're at the top, you're like, oh, that was nothing. I can do that again. I mean, your legs end up being jello once you get to the bottom. But you can like, I did that. And especially if you're scared of heights like I am, you're like, I really did that. So the 2 cards I got from the Inner Child Oracle is connect to eternity within. Let yourself be held by love. I think that's a great Valentine's Day message for everybody. Let yourself be held by love. So it looks like they're almost like in kind of like a bath, like a spa kind of bath, big kind of hot spring. But yeah, just let that love infuse into you this week. And then you are worthy. You are worth it all, my love, is what it says. So again, you are worthy. And tell yourself that. There's a great mantra I do, looking in the mirror. I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wise, I'm love, I'm me. And you can actually expand on that, which is I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wise, I'm worthy, I am enough, I am love, I am me. And it's great to just, make eye contact with yourself in the mirror and just repeat that over and over. And it really does set in, and it really does help with that self-love piece. Hi, Leah. We're just doing a collective reading. We do have about 10 more minutes. So if you're interested in a reading, I still have time to do one more reading, probably, if you wanted to have one. We're just doing self-care readings today. And then the collective crystals that I got. So the first one that popped out was labradorite, which is my mom's favorite crystal. It's one of my favorites too. And actually, it's called labradorite because it was, I think, first found in Labrador, which is one of the provinces in Canada. So labradorite. It's useful for shamanic journeying, bravery, magical power, and higher awareness. So yeah, if you need a little bit of bravery in your life, labradorite would be perfect for this week. Sure, yeah. What I can do is I'll type it out here in 2 seconds, so that way you guys can copy and paste it. And then black tourmaline was the other one that popped up, and I'm actually wearing it today. I don't know if you guys can see here, but the black bracelet here is black tourmaline. I wear it fairly regularly just for protection, as it does have protective effects, anxiety relief, aura cleansing, and self-belief. That's black tourmaline. Oh, you're wearing your Labradorite pendant this winter. Your favorite. Yeah, I love Labradorite. I love wearing it. It's one of my favorites. I also love all like the iridescent quality. Like you guys can kind of see in this picture here. It's very iridescent. So it has some gorgeous colors that you can find Labradorite in. Some gorgeous variations there. Oh, perfect. So Leia will be our last reading then. Perfect timing. Perfect timing, Leia. All right. Was it Leia or Leah? Let me know. All right. So since you weren't here at the beginning, what I'm doing is drawing cards from 5 different decks and kind of giving a full reading kind of based on those 5 cards. So there's self-care cards, there's a crystal card, there's affirmation cards. So yeah, I'll pull some cards for you. Yes, yeah, it's a selenite bracelet. It was recommended that I get one to wear. So yeah, selenite. It's a really nice bracelet, actually. And then the ones on this side, I'll just show you my bracelets really quick since we're talking about bracelets. So I have Tiger's Eye and then Mookite. And the Mookite one here is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you guys can see all the different colors and everything, but this one's actually from Australia. So my parents went to Australia last year, at the end of last year, and it was one of the things they brought me back was Mookite. Leah. Okay, perfect. There, yes, it was gifted to me by my mom. All right, so Leah, I'm going to do the self-care cards first. Then we're going to do affirmation cards, then healing spirit, oracle cards, and then inner child cards, and then a crystal. Yeah, just because you guys are a smaller group, I thought I'd do a bit bigger of a reading with more cards. That's what's nice about having a small little group like this is I can do readings like this. And later, I think in April or early May there, I'm going to be doing animal deck card readings. So that'll be ones where I'm going to kind of do a similar format to this, where I'm going to take all of my animal card decks and do multi-deck readings with just all of my animal decks. I must have an awesome mom. Yes, I do. I'm very lucky. Those are some nice ones, Leah, sorry. Right. Healing spirits. And this healing spirits deck was one of my favorite oracle or first oracle decks. That I got, and it is one of my favorites, mostly because of the artwork. I guess I'm picking a crystal first. Ooh, perfect. All right. Yes, so yeah, the animal decks, I can't remember off the top of my head what day that is, but if you guys want to wait 2 seconds after I do your reading here, I can let you know what date the animal deck one's going to be. I already have it posted, so I believe it's going to be sometime in May, if I remember correctly. All right. So from the self-care oracle, oh, these are some nice ones. So the first one I got is I'm going to say it really funny, but treat yourself. So yeah, treat yourself. Get yourself a little present of some sort this week. You know, maybe snack you don't normally, eat that you really love, a drink that you really love. If you like going to Starbucks, maybe go to Starbucks. I don't know. Yeah, treat yourself. Though saying that, entertainment purposes only. Purchase responsibly, as Gerald says. And then meditate. So focus on doing some meditation, taking some time for yourself this week and meditate. And then the affirmation cards I got. So the first one I got is, I'm surrounded by friends who appreciate me for who I am. I look at all the dolphins playing with their friends. I love that card. It's so pretty. But yeah, I'm surrounded by friends who appreciate me for who I am. And then the second one I got is, every day I take care of my mind and body. Again, taking those moments of pause to, enjoy the sunset or the sunrise. I don't know if it's warm enough where you are to go and have a picnic, but if it is, have a picnic. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's always nice. Getting a new bra. Yeah. So that's always nice. And then the next cards that popped out are, you are on the right path. So again, reaffirming that you are, the messages you're getting, signs you're getting, choices you're making, you are on the right path. You can see they're all kind of just going with the flow. I'll turn it sideways so you can get a better idea of the picture, but they're all kind of going with the flow there. Making flipper sounds, I like that, yeah. Be a dolphin. Embrace your inner dolphin. And then the other one I got is, courage arise when you step over fear. So again, that topic of, moving past fear, taking those little steps, finding that inner courage. But yeah, beautiful card there. I'm trying to tell. Looks like maybe there's mountains there in the background. And maybe we're holding a walking stick, going for a walk there. Yeah, maybe go into your, your sanctuary, your inner mind palace, so to speak, and have a picnic in there. Because you can make it whatever weather you want. You could be in Hawaii if you wanted. Ooh, there you go, Moira. Actually, I don't have the deck here. It's at home, but my the bestiary one that I have, the deck that I've used in some of my other readings, I got that for Valentine's Day last year because I've said I don't want chocolate. I want something I can use. So I got a tarot deck instead. Oh, you've been looking for work since November. Well, I'll cross my fingers and my toes for you that something comes up. I know that can be so frustrating. I do have 3 more cards for you. So these are from the Inner Child Oracle. So the first one is cultivate. So it says, be still. Cultivate a space of stillness and silence to just be. So I think that card goes really well with that meditation piece. So finding that inner stillness, that inner place that you can go, it just takes some time for yourself. Job searching can be stressful. It can be mentally taxing. Finding a job is a full-time job. So yeah, taking that time for yourself a little bit. And then it just says, speak to yourself with kindness. Become aware of how you speak to yourself. So, speaking positively with yourself. Not being criticizing, changing the way that you're phrasing something. I was talking to a friend this past week about that. Instead of saying, oh, I'm stupid for making that mistake, just say, it's okay, I made a mistake. I'm going to learn from it. And move on. So instead of, talking kind of mean to yourself, just changing the phrasing even can make a big difference. You're welcome. And then the crystal I got for you, actually, I was just showing it on my bracelet, is Tiger's Eye. And it's one of my favorite crystals. I think it's one of my mom's favorite crystals too, actually. I think a lot of people like tiger's eye. It's just so pretty. But anyway, it says luck in new ventures. There you go. So you've been looking for a job since November. Maybe get some tiger's eye if you don't have some already, because it says luck in new ventures. So luck may be in your new job. Willpower, creative flow, and overcoming fear. There you go. Work with some tiger's eye this week. But yeah, those are your cards. I'm glad you were able to pop in and get a reading. So yeah, I'm going to just put these cards away here. And yeah, I'm going to just pull up on my phone the shows that are coming up here. And that way I can let you guys know what is coming up. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, the next week. So if you guys are new to the channel, I am on every 2 weeks on Monday at 8 p.m. typically, unless I have to reschedule for a guest or change the time, but I will always let you know way ahead of time. But the next one is going to be on the 24th, so in 2 weeks. And that's going to be the animal medicine deck that I'm going to be reviewing. It's my newest deck. And then on the 10th of March, we're going to be doing crystal healing and crystal bath. I'm going to be talking about that with Tanis from Twillo Lifestyle. Oh, perfect, Leia. You have a piece of it? Great. So yeah, if you're going to be doing any meditation or anything like that, sit with that crystal and set an intention about finding a job and kind of working on manifesting that for yourself. I'm then going to be on the 24th of March talking about a board game. It's called Mysterium, but it's basically based around clairvoyance and the idea of clairvoyance and deriving meanings from different pictures. And I'm actually going to attempt to take the deck of cards from that game and do readings with them. So we'll see how that goes, but you guys can come and have some fun with that with me. On the 14th of April, we're going to be having Galactic Gab Part 2, again with Tanis. She's going to come on and we're going to talk extraterrestrials. So if that's something you guys are interested in, we're going to be talking about that. On the 28th of April is our 1-year anniversary. So on the 28th of April, we'll be officially 1 year of this channel, which I can't believe, but I hope you guys can come and hang out with me. We're going to have some fun, maybe do a couple of games or something like that over YouTube here. I'm going to have a couple of special guests that are going to come hang out with me, which I think is going to be a bunch of fun, have a lot of laughs. And then the animal card readings. So yeah, so those of you that were interested in the animal card readings, that's going to be the 12th of May. That's going to be happening right now. And then the next Cooking with a Kitchen Witch. So the next cooking live will be on the 26th of May. I mean, that stuff can change, of course, depending on schedules and stuff like that, but that's the current plan. Yeah, thanks, Moira. How's your new business going? It's been slow to start. I do have one client that has become a regular. But no, I've not had much else, but I kind of had the understanding a lot of the readings and stuff I was getting was that it was going to kind of be slow to start, but it was eventually going to pick up. And I'm okay kind of, biding my time. It's not my sole income, so I do have the ability to not have to, put a lot of pressure on myself. I've also not just been out there advertising and stuff, so I do know that's, I'm going to need to work on doing that. I've been handing out business cards. I got business cards for myself. I don't have any, of course, handy right now, but I did get business cards made and stuff like that. But if you guys are interested in checking out my business, I do so it's a energy healing business. I actually have it linked in the description of the channel. There was also a live where I launched the business. That was a couple of weeks at the beginning of January. So you can check that out as well. I did link the website there in the description as well. But yeah, I do in person here in Ottawa. I live in Ottawa, Ontario. So I do in-person Reiki energy healings, but I can also do them over online. So if you aren't here in Ottawa or you're if you're not local, I can do healings online. I can do them distance. I also do offer card readings as well through the site. And actually coming up, I'm also going to possibly be offering a Reiki 1 class that will be in person here in Ottawa, but that'll be coming up in the fall. If you're interested in learning Reiki, I'll be doing that. But yeah, so yeah, it's coming. It's coming. You got it. Exactly, Leia. Slow is safe. Yeah, I'm wanting to build this more by word of mouth than anything. I know I could go out there and spend tons of money on advertisement and everything, but I'm wanting the business to kind of be built on, other people saying, oh, I went and saw Kaylee and oh, it was amazing. You should go see her too. I'd rather, the business grow that way. Love you guys too. Yeah, thank you for asking, Moira. I don't like to talk about myself all that much, so you guys prompting me to talk about it is good. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight, and I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Hope you guys have a great week. Bye.